Good afternoon. How are you guys? Let's wait till some people will join our live session, Artist Talk, weekly session. I continue my journey across the world, and I'm very glad that you guys are joining me in this exciting travel to meet contemporary artists and discover their art. My today's guest is Fintan Magee, an Australian visual artist, social realist painter famous for his large-scale murals. He explores themes of diversity, migration, consumption, waste, and environment, which are particularly important to me. You know about my artworks, the Lost Planet series. It's all about the environment and the ecological problems our planet is facing. I'm very glad to talk to artists that share the same vision and are here to spread awareness about the problems and share it throughout their art. So let's talk to Fintan and know about his vision in art. So let's invite him to our Artist Talk session. Sending the invite. How am I? I'm very good. Okay, let's see. Full volume. Fintan. I guess he's not online yet. At least I don't see him. Let's wait a little bit till he joins us. I'm sending a request meanwhile. Otherwise, how are you guys? Who is here? Who is online? Anyone I know? I think the comments froze. At least on my phone, it doesn't show that they are moving, but I can see your hearts coming. Oh yeah, now I can scroll down and I can see Denmark. Who else is here? Where am I from? I'm from Russia originally. Okay. I think Fintan is here, joining us now. Yeah, I can see his comment in the chat. We're just waiting for him to connect. Fintan, we are waiting for you. I sent you the request, just accept it. No. Fintan, are you around? Sent you the request to join the live session. Just press the button to accept. Unable to join. Okay, let's do it again. Maybe the connection is not so good from his side. Let's try again. Am I okay? I'm very okay.
Hey,
Changing. So,
so we had some
Murals,
technical issues there.
yes, where are you? You're in the go,
I
moving somewhere.
home now. I just got back.
I got
How
back
you?
where? From where?
Just been had a crazy day. Just painting all day, and then had a couple of meetings this afternoon about upcoming projects that went on for a long time, and then yeah, was stuck in traffic.
Do you
Anyway,
want to put some more light on your face? Like it's very dark or something.
uh,
We can barely see you.
yeah,
What time? You must be in Australia now.
I'm in Australia now. Yeah, in Sydney.
So what time is it there now?
It's like 10 p.m. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better. So now I understand why it was so dark. So it's 10
Yeah.
p.m. Obviously. Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
it's a
to.
little bit late here.
Okay, great. So
Yeah.
usually I start my art session asking the artists how did they spend their lockdown? How was your experience? I assume you spent it in Australia, and how did it impact your creative process?
Yeah, it's been challenging to say the least. I think we went into lockdown in April, and we haven't been allowed, like, we're one of the only countries where we're not allowed to even leave or come back. So we're like completely stuck here, actually. And now they've closed the state borders as well. So I'm kind of for the first time in years, I'm really stuck in the one place, which is like
So if you hold Australian passport, you can't travel in and out.
no, they won't even let you leave. So it's a
Incredible.
little bit crazy, yeah. I mean, people are coming back, but they have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Hmm. Do they check?
So, yeah, yeah. They're
It's
really
pretty
strict.
strict.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
strict.
interesting from country to country is different. Some countries are
Every
more strict.
different.
Some of them
Yeah,
are.
because Australia is an island, like they're really just like taking no risks at all here. So,
But
um,
how are the numbers?
good. Yeah, we don't have many infections here at all, so
That's why
we're
because they
lucky.
keep everything
Yeah,
closed.
yeah,
And,
definitely. It's
and
it's work,
now
but
and now it's winter, right?
it's winter time. Yeah,
Incredible.
we're all freezing. It's been like raining all day. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's autumn in London, but it's also raining. It's not winter yet.
London, it's always raining.
Yeah. So tell
Yeah.
me how did your work process go during the pandemic? Because I know you work a lot outside. Murals is an important part uh, of your work, and I noticed you spend a lot of time in the studio during the pandemic, and you start painting plants and pots. I could see the same two plants being painted every day in different colors and styles. So what was that about?
Yeah, so well, all my mural work got cancelled, and all my work in Europe got cancelled. So I really just been stuck in the studio, and it's been quite rewarding to work on canvas again and just be able to experiment. I've had a lot of free time, so I've been kind of doing things and making experiments that I wouldn't usually do. But the pot plants, it was at the beginning of the pandemic, it was like really difficult to get inspiration. Like there was really like I realized how much I need this like external stimulation.
Because you photograph people. People are the main heroes of your art, and you take a
Exactly.
photograph and then you paint for the photograph, and now you didn't have that opportunity.
Exactly. I have no way to actually have contact with people. So that was really challenging. And just to get me through, I just started like painting the same pot plant every day, which was just like on my balcony. And it just became like a really simple exercise in keeping my mind kind of focused on something. Each day I would make a new painting. So each small painting came to like represent or symbolize like one day in lockdown. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you're
So
a
how
prisoner,
many paintings you've got at the end of the day?
like 32 small ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Um, and that was really rewarding. It was just like really good to just do something that was like, it was like a daily meditation for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those small paintings. And kind of just really helped with my mental health as well during the lockdown. So that was good. And then besides that, I've just been working on other paintings. I just did my first mural in Brisbane
Oh, amazing.
before
So
first.
how
So
big was that and what is it about?
it was 20 stories.
20. Oh my God, that's
Oh, sorry,
impressive.
not stories, 20 meters.
20
So,
meters, okay, yeah, 20 stories will be
that's-
skyscraper.
yeah, no. 20 meters. So it was probably 4 stories. Yeah, up
How
in
long did
Brisbane.
it take you to make this mural?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Was it dedicated to the pandemic or what subject was?
Yeah, I painted two images of two like local workers, and they were behind glass. If you go on my Instagram, you can see the
Was
images
it
of the
these two social workers?
yeah with the glass with this pattern. I'm not sure if you saw this.
I'm not sure, yeah, because I remember I saw two social workers and then also in the carousel there was like you could see the real people, the social workers that you.
Yeah, no. This is
It's
this is a
different,
mural.
yeah.
Yeah, but I painted them behind glass because it was just kind of like a dedication
I
to
like, yeah, the effect how you paint. I saw was something incredible. There was you made a video of your process how you paint. So till here, it was like normal painting, and here it was effects through the glass with some water on it. So this was
yes.
quite unusual.
That's correct. So I did that same technique, but on a large scale.
So
And
this work? How, like, for me to see image or something through the glass and with the water drops on it, it's you have to have a special vision, or how do you see where to put more shade, more light?
um, I don't know. Like I just for those because they're so complicated, I use the projector to
Mm-hmm.
get the proportions and everything right. And I don't know. I just kind of paint. I just paint it and hope for the best. It's one of those things. It's kind of an easy technique to use.
It doesn't
Um,
look easy at all. It
it's
looks
easy, but
very
it's
complicated.
well, not easy, but it's time consuming. Do you know what I mean? So you
That's
just
for
have to
sure.
really get the details right. So
Do you
yeah,
use oils in most of your paintings, or you
I
use
I paint with
material?
oils. Yeah, when I work in the studio, I always
Hmm.
paint with oils. Yeah,
But I noticed you like to use different surfaces, and I was very impressed to see white fence and
yeah,
this artwork. British tourist in airport line 1 is very interesting. It has an incredible story behind it. Maybe you can
yeah.
share with our viewers.
Um, yeah. I guess the white fence for me was just like it symbolizes a few things. First of all, I guess middle class wealth. Money. It's kind of this very picturesque idea of like the Australian suburban dream
Hmm.
or the American dream. And I kind of like the idea of painting immigrants on the fence because it was really a kind of reaction to this kind of like the whole Trumpism, like build a wall,
Hmm.
uh, this kind of mentality. We have this mentality a little bit in Australia as well. And the irony was like I've been to America a lot, and a lot of the actual the hard work is done by immigrants. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that this fence comes to symbolize wealth and opulence and the dream, but it's often built by immigrants. So I was um, playing around with it for this reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's incredible. Each of your artworks tells some story, and you like to draw normal people that sometimes do the work, like street cleaners on their break, or tapestry masters in
Yeah.
Tehran, or was also incredible. You made in Goa for work is holding a column which symbolizes Roman column which symbolizes wealth,
Yeah.
or pray
Uh,
for rain in Istanbul, also incredible.
yeah, I just like painting everyday people, you know.
So how do you choose the theme? For example, you get a wall, and how do you choose the subject or people?
Um, Usually it's like people that I meet or people that I photograph. I always work from real life, and I take all the photos myself. Um, so for me, yeah, it's just about kind of meeting people, meeting you. Sometimes the organization links me with someone, and I'll always just try to like read the news or like study some local issues or just something that for me is interesting and is local. But I like to be able to talk about like local issues, but put them in the context of something bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like climate change or
Yeah, I've
um,
noticed you do a lot with climate change, and I love it a lot because I'm also an environmentalist, and I see you have a lot of artworks dedicated to climate change, to deforestation, wildfires, and droughts. So
yeah.
yeah, so why did you decide to support climate change, and why did you
Um,
do artworks dedicated to that?
well, I kind of became obsessed with it because in the beginning, for personal reasons, you know, like we had like a really bad flood in my home city
Mm-hmm.
in 2011, and like 20,000 homes went underwater, you know, including like not the home I was living in, but my mother's home, like my family home, went underwater and was quite badly damaged. Um, so I did like after the back of that, like it was just something that inspired me, and um, I started to kind of do works that were kind of related to those experiences. Um, so it was more about my personal experience, and then through that, I was able to talk about the bigger issue, which is climate change. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it really started out kind of personal, more than anything. Yeah, it's just kind of me reacting to something
Mm-hmm.
that had happened, something that my
Are
city
you
needed.
affiliated with any organizations?
Me?
Yeah.
No, no, not really. I mean, I
Maybe in the
donate
future.
sometimes.
Why not? I think you should. Yeah, for example, I like to post on behalf of like Greenpeace or Plastic Oceans and different organizations. So also, or to donate some artworks,
Yeah, yeah,
raise
I've
money.
done works for sure for fundraising exhibitions and stuff like that. I try to help where I can, but um, yeah, I'm not affiliated with any organization, so to speak. My artwork is its own, you
So
know.
hopefully soon. But you're on the forefront of Australian large scale mural movement, and I saw
Yeah,
your mural there, like some of them 12, 13 floors. The one in Vancouver is just huge.
yeah,
So how
yeah.
does it feel to work on this height?
Well, I used to be. I'm not afraid of heights anymore, so that's good. Um, yeah, I like it. I like it being outdoors. You know, like I like how physical it is. I like to work hard, and I really enjoy working large scale because it's just like for me, it's like a rush, you know, and
Hmm.
it's really satisfying when you're able to finish it. So.
So I
Um,
assume you prefer to work outdoors on a scissor lift rather than in your studio on canvas.
I look, yeah, I think so. I like 50-50, I would say, you know. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you do murals, like, do you, just personal question, do you get
Yeah.
paid for that, or it's more like an image work?
Um, Yeah, I get paid.
Because
Yeah,
yeah, because it's also you have to invest a lot in the materials and
yeah, and it's a lot of work.
equipment.
Sometimes if it's like a really interesting project, or if it's for a good cause, or if it's somewhere interesting I want to travel to, sometimes I'll do it for free.
Mm-hmm,
But it just varies project to project, depending what
mm-hmm,
the budget is
mm-hmm.
and everything.
So
But
which materials do you use? Because the effect, it looks like it's painted on canvas, and you also have this effect of a brush strokes on a building. So how do you achieve that?
yeah, so I just paint it with regular house paint with acrylic, and I do
Mm-hmm,
everything with brush. I don't use spray paint for anything,
mm-hmm,
just brush only.
mm-hmm.
Um, so for me, yeah, it's that helps me get that kind of expressive look. Um, yeah,
So
but
what
not
was the
what.
most challenging mural you ever painted?
Sorry, what's
What
the?
was the most challenging mural you've ever painted, and maybe
Uh,
time consuming, or it was too
Probably the one in.
high, too
Yeah,
big?
probably that one in Vancouver actually.
Or yeah, the
Yeah,
biggest one.
yeah, it was big and it was just really difficult because we had to paint these balconies. Do you know what I mean? And we couldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
we had to.
was curious, like, how did you do that?
Yeah, it was crazy. We had to like go through the apartments onto the balconies for each one.
And people were staying there at that point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
I think
people get.
like in the morning, hello, good
Yeah.
morning.
How you doing?
How are
Yeah,
you doing?
it was pretty strange,
Have
but
a cup
yeah.
of coffee.
But they knew we were there, so yeah, it was all right.
That's very interesting. So
Yeah.
what is your next project? The What is the next mural you are going to work on?
I have a mural up in Newcastle, which is a city in New South Wales, about 1 hour north of, 2 hours north of Sydney.
Do you have a
Um,
subject already? What it's going to be about?
Not yet. I'm working on that now. Yeah,
So
it's
you're
about.
pretty flexible. You decide the idea, or the government, or
No, I like to work on projects where I have more creative control. So yeah, it's kind of up to me. I'll submit a design. Yeah. Sorry.
someone
Cut
called me. It got paused.
Okay.
I'm so
Sorry.
happy it didn't get cut.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like to have as much freedom as possible. But when you're working in public, there's always some sort of community organization. You gotta tread lightly
You have
sometimes.
to go. You have to go through all this process of
Yeah, yeah. So
bureaucracy.
yeah, yeah. So I try to avoid the really bureaucratic ones, but yeah, it's just the way it is when you're working in public.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to up and coming artists who would love to work like you, to do large scale murals? How to break through and to start?
Um, I would say just don't wait around for opportunities. Do you know what I mean? Just make your own opportunities and make your own paintings. Like when we started out, we didn't really have permission to paint or um,
Yeah,
so
before
like
it was illegal, it was.
exactly, yeah, we were just kind of making work for the love of it and for the fun of it, you know.
Mhm.
No money or no material. Like we had to get our own materials. I was working off a ladder, but I was working on a smaller scale.
When was that? How many years ago?
Maybe 10 years ago now. Yeah,
That's when you started, or you started before that?
yeah. Sorry.
You've
The-
started. That's when you started doing murals, or you started before that?
uh, yeah, probably been doing murals for I would say exactly 10 years. But before that, I was doing graffiti. Like
So you
spray.
know, like how to use the spray paints, and
Yeah, yeah,
why
yeah.
did you stop using spray paints and switch
Um,
to oils?
I guess I just kind of really like I went to at art school I was making oil paintings. Do you know what I mean?
Go back to basics.
Yeah, and but at the same time I was doing graffiti on the street, but I was making oil paintings in the studio. And just over time it was like what I was making in the studio just started to come out onto the street. And I started to make more paintings and more painterly things. And I didn't like spray paint because it's too like airbrushed. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know it's
You didn't
smooth?
like the effect.
I don't like this effect. It's too polished and too
Yeah.
smooth. You know, I like things to
Yeah.
be
Your
messy.
your your art, it has depth. It's
Yeah,
incredible also how you paint water. That's
yeah.
very,
Thanks.
that's
Yeah,
very unique.
thank
I
you.
also
Yeah.
like how you use corners of the buildings.
The- okay.
That's that's
Yeah.
very unusual too.
Yeah, if I'm lucky, I get like a good site where I can do that, but it doesn't always work that way. But it's nice if you can spread it out across different surfaces or
Hmm.
multiple locations. I think it just makes the work more interesting and um, yeah, just kind of more dynamic, really.
Yeah, one of our viewers asked, which is your favorite mural?
My favorite that I've done.
Yep.
For me, it's the most recent one, the one that I just did of the workers behind glass.
Hmm.
This work I did about the pandemic. I'm really happy with how it looks, and just really happy with the message and everything like that. So I would say the last one, which is how it should be, I guess.
Okay, all everybody have to check it out
Yeah, yeah,
and
go on my.
put like and comment on it.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish you all the best with your next mural. I hope
Thank.
also the pandemic will finish soon and you'll be able to travel and get inspired and
Yeah,
photograph people and make new artworks.
yeah, and I wish the same for you too. I hope you stay safe out there.
Thank
Uh,
you. And I wish you a good night and for me a
yeah,
good day.
yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you for being part of my live session.
No worries. Thanks.
Thanks.
Cheers. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.